I'm recharged. Well, not recharged yet, but it's happening. There, she's clamped on now. The revenge. Yeah. Oh, there's the barrel I bought. It's got a wicked smell to it. It smells like perfume soap, actually. Oh. All right. Yeah. So I've eaten. So I'm not kidding you guys. Now that I've eaten, in about 20 minutes, it should give me a real burst of energy here. I'll be up. I'll get the construction lights, and we'll be working on the roof in the dark. If everything goes right, if I don't have any problems today, it could potentially be done. I could be done, actually physically done, but because starting at 3:38 in the morning, it's like oh man, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. So I'll show you what I've done here, so you can see. Okay, so this is the 2-foot copper. This is the contact point for the lightning. And then I've got the brass connector, which I have no idea, man. I have no idea where that came from. So that's on there, and then we've got the wire. And now I'm going to join the poles together. Man, this is going to be a trick to put this on the roof. Oh man, I hope it goes good. Oh. I've just ran into a bit of a glitch, guys. trick. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to lift that thing up. And get it in the hole on the tripod on the peak of the roof. I gotta do a test before I get up on the roof, and I'm gonna just put a couple tie wraps here on the cable, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I got 2 hook ladders so that I can straddle the roof. But I don't have a harness. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up like this, and I'm just. Oh man. My brain is burning up here right now thinking. I'm trying to think of an idea. I'm thinking. I'm wondering if I should cut 5 feet off it to make it a little easier. If I shorten it by 5. I'm still going to be 5 feet above the tower. Just make it a little. I'm just. Oh man, oh man. Right. I'm gonna put this on the big tripod. We are now into. My brain is burning up here trying to think, because I need to have a plan of action before I go on the roof. If you know what I mean. Ask my neighbor to come over and help me. What Maxwell? It needs to be tapered to a point. What needs to be tapered to a point? Tell me, what needs to be tapered to a point? You've got my attention right now. Talk to me. The rod. What? The tip of the rod has to be pointy? Makes no difference. You're telling me that because the tip of the rod is square, that the lightning is going to just say, no, that's no good for us? That isn't what Hydro told me, but... According to Hydro, and these guys, you know, they do the lightning rods on their towers, that it's, it needs to be zapped on the copper, and it needs to find, what it's looking for is a way to ground. And that's what they told me. So you're saying that I need to make the end of that tipped. But I could just take a grinder and make it pointy. Like a spear, is what you're saying. I'm waiting. A spear end. So that you're telling me that a spear tip is a big difference here. I don't know. Hydro, that isn't what the hydro guy told me. But I'll do that just for you because it will build a charge flat or pointy with lightning. I went, Maxwell, you know, the internet, don't always believe what you read on the internet, you know. That's why I went and talked to the hydro guys in person. I believe the guys that work with the stuff, I believe them over what I read on the internet. And what they told me what was crucial was getting the line to ground. Because the power, lightning will always travel to the easiest point to ground. It doesn't matter what it's contacting. It just likes to contact copper, aluminum, and copper and nickel, and something else. It might be aluminum. But that isn't my problem right now. My problem is how do I get a 20-foot tower on a peak of a roof into a tripod? Because this is what I got to get it into. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that I need to assemble this on the ground and drag it up there. Oh, this is going to be a trick. I gotta go get a wrench. And you know the satellite guy, he says, oh yeah, we put 2 towers on them all the time. It's not that hard. I'm thinking like, how the hell are you going to lift that and stick it in the hole? You know what I mean? Can I hear it going down the wire? I don't know. I'm thinking I'd have better luck if I assemble it on the ground, drag it up on the roof, and then tripod it up on the roof. But I'm thinking I can get away with 15 feet instead of instead of 20. Just give me a little less weight. I'm going to see how this goes on ground. Okay, I shouldn't have thrown the instructions in the garbage. Or either I got screwed on the nuts. No, I got it right. Okay, I got enough nuts. I feel so much better. The 8 though. Oh, I'm going to have the strength to go on the roof now. Something wrong with that bracket. I know what's wrong. Oh man, this is going to be a trick. This is going to be a serious workout. Thinking I'm going to take the Wi-Fi tower down first. Take the unit off the roof so that it's out of the way. Just in case I have to swing this thing around, and then that way that's not in the way of me moving it. Because I honestly think I can walk the peak of the roof. I've done it before. Is walk the peak, and if I can walk the peak and get the tripod up, I'm hoping this works. Oh, it's going to be an interesting live stream. I should post my address so you guys can Call 911. If I fall though, if I fall on this side or the end of the, it's grass, so it shouldn't hurt too bad. If I fall into the pen, it's gonna hurt like a bugger. I'm just looking at it here. I'm looking at the roof. I'm thinking, oh, what have I got myself into? I'm thinking maybe this is a two-man job with harnesses, which means I gotta have to hire my buddy. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes in a driveway test run. I don't see how I could lift this on the roof. I do not see that at all, guys. I'm thinking I should cut 5 feet off of that. I'm thinking. Shorten it down. It's still 5 feet above. Alright, let's see how this works. So, I have well-trained Doug. I don't know about this. Okay, so what's going to happen here? This is a dry run, pretending I'm on a 12-12 pitch roof on what it's going to be like to put a 20-foot tower up. You don't realize how much weight the copper adds to it. Well, I don't realize it. I just realized it now, actually, how much weight the copper adds. I need to lift myself up. On the roof, which is about this relationship to this peak. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut 5 feet off of it. That's what I'm thinking. I want to try something here. I just want to see what it feels like assembled. I'm trying to get this down for you guys. I just want to see if it's all assembled, what it feels like. Maybe I can rig the whole thing up at once, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking even if I'm thinking even if I assemble this, Matt ain't gonna be able to get her up. That wouldn't be good on the peak of a roof. This is frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm in deep thought. Pull a rope, mat a crane. I'm thinking. I need harnesses. I need the harness. There's no way the 20-foot tower is going up. But I'm thinking 15 feet is I think 15 is doable. I think 15 is my limit on what I can put into the tripod after it's mounted on the roof. So I cannot see how I'm going to get 20 in. I'm just looking at like the higher you can get above what you're trying to protect is better. So the $1,000 question is, how, like, is 5 going to be enough? Well, actually, it'll be 7 because the rod's 2 feet. So, well, then there's the arrows. So it'll be 6 feet above the Wi-Fi. Get the sawzall cut. And 5 feet takes off a huge amount of leverage. But just keep cutting a foot off, and a foot off. And it's a sawzall, Andrew. It's called the tool. See? Okay. Let's see how this feels. You hear a train? No, no train. Just a sawzall. So let's see if this works. Alright, this should make a big difference. The ducks are on a move. Okay, so this is, you just want to scream at the screen? What's wrong? What, Jasmine, how can you help me right now? You're like, you're an hour away. Jasmine wants to help, but you guys, you don't realize, she's like an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes away. How does that help me right now? This can be done. That 5 feet made a difference. Because I'm going to have 2 hook ladders on the roof, and I can have the hook ladders so I can straddle the roof. It's no big deal. It was that extra 5 feet that was too much. You can be there by 6 p.m. You want to run up right now? I don't have any safety harnesses. So if you fall, I'm screwed. So your husband and you want to be on YouTube on the roof? Is that the deal? Well, I'm negotiating right now. I want to make sure. I got to get a release. Well, Jasmine, get in your car. I'll take you up on your offer. Does he have no problem with no harness? I don't have a harness. I'll go up on the roof with a harness. But I'm just worried about him. Oh, getting the ladders on the roof is the easy part. That's the easiest. Okay, you're on your way. I got no beer here, Jasmine, just to warn you. I drank everything. Thank you, Jesus. No, thank you, Jasmine. Jesus had nothing to do with it. Strictly up to Jasmine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bunch of stuff before they get here. As in, I'm gonna make a sharp point because Maxwell said we have to have a sharp point. I'm gonna get the ladders up on the roof, and I'm going to take what you call it, the Wi-Fi down. Grabbing keys. No, you're on the keyboard right now. Type in the chat, Jasmine. Jasmine's a hell of a good worker. She blew those young lads right out of the water. She works, man. She knows how to work. Oh, I'll share a little quick story with you guys. When the Chinese food guy came here, he was sitting in his car, and he didn't want to get out of his car, which I don't know why, because he knows Doug, and he saw the gun hanging on the hydro pole, and he goes, "You have guns?" It's like, yeah, I do. Okay, I'm gonna make a sharp point tippy thing because Maxwell says the lightning won't work unless there's a sharp tippy point, which I don't know how to believe. When you start talking millions of volts, a tippy point ain't gonna make much of a difference. Okay. This part of the world, no, Inga. You'd be surprised. Lots of people in town. But in town, yeah, it's like they don't think they need. It's just the country folk that have guns, mostly. I'm going to use an angle grinder. Well, it's a grinder. I'm gonna make a sharp point because Maxwell was blowing a gasket there, and I want to keep everybody happy. Right? So I'm going to get the hook ladders up and get organized here. Putting the hook ladders up is the easy part. Hammers are more dangerous, actually. I've hurt myself with a hammer more times than I've hurt myself with a gun. Okay. Grinder. We're getting the grinder out. I need that for on the roof. I gotta pull cable too. That's one thing I gotta do. I think this is so funny, you know, because, you know, a million volts electricity, looking for ground. Don't know how that's really going to make much of a difference, but we'll just go with it. As I was told, there was like internet information sent to me. Okay. I'm going to make a point because, you know, without a point, the 1 million volts charge of electricity coming down, it's just going to cause like some kind of nuclear explosion in midair. I think it actually makes the lightning rod more dangerous, as in like a spear. Well, oh, I can see how this makes a big difference. The point totally makes sense now. Oh, man. And I know if I didn't do this, oh, I'd be given the grief. I'm wasting perfectly good copper. Does it have to be, Maxwell, does it have to be really, really pointy and sharp? Or just pointy like this? It's like a spear. It should be sharper? I think that's sharp enough. I think Maxwell left us. Yeah, that's nice and sharp. Oof. Now if I fall off the roof and I can impale myself. Is Maxwell still here? He is still here? Okay. He's not here. I think it's sharp now, so at that point, because electricity won't go to anywhere. Yes. Getting pictures. How is that pictures going to help me right now, Maxwell? So is this, I got to show you, is this pointy enough? That'd go right clean through you. Alright, it's pointy enough. She's gonna go to ground. Looks nice, I know, Inga. It's like 1 million volts makes a big difference when she's hitting. She's got to go to ground. That's the most important thing. I'm more concerned about how the wire is going to fry when she hits and lights the whole barn on fire. should be ready just in time when Jasmine gets here. Dragging her husband here for the duck adventure. I feel guilty. Live. Oh, the poor guy's gonna be on. He's gonna be a celebrity on YouTube. Okay, some self-tapping screws. Lock this baby up. So they don't come apart. You know, these work streams, everybody seems to be really interested in my work. Henry thinks it's good work. Thank you, Henry. It's nice to know somebody thinks I'm doing something right here. I need new tie wraps. Doug, who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Go, Doug, go look. Dog was going to sleep. So I had a bag of tie wraps. Cable ties, I should say. So I'm putting some lock and self-tapping screws in here. Hold these two pieces together. Snap the screw right off. Okay, screw won't come off. Defective screw. What's your favorite cooler shirt? I don't know. Cooler. As in color? Your spell check just screwed up, eh? Color? I'm a pink kind of guy. Pink and purple. Anything that causes controversy when I go out in public. Throw a little duct tape on her, you know. Well, no, actually. Electrical. Okay, I've lost my, where is it? It's in my pocket. Dog, you little suck. You gonna start working soon? Get out, get out, get out, get out! Out, dog! Watch. Later on, he'll be, we'll be working and he'll go into full work mode. Because he'll smell something. He's like, I rested all afternoon. The reason I'm putting on the orange electrical safety tape is that so that no planes hit it, so they can see it. It's a marking device. You never know. You might get a low flying plane. That bright orange. Gotta think safety first. Okay. I should make sure this fits before they get here. I'm going to be screwing with this later. Ooh. It's going to be tight. Oh, I'm glad I checked this now. That's freaking tight. Need to do a little bit of flattening. Hammer, hammer, hammer. That's probably nice and loud. It probably is. This is the ground plate. For anybody's wondering what I'm doing. I'm going to pound it on the floor. a sledgehammer. Ah, there we go. Almost. So close. Almost. I'm thinking a bad idea banging on it. You're probably getting like the full force of the wax. Oh yeah, so had to flatten her out a little bit to get her in. So that's the, where is that? Where is the camera? There you go. So I had to pound that. It was just a little bit too big, but now she's in there. I'm not going to attach it right yet because I really don't need a 15-pound ground plate attached to this thing before we get on the roof. But now it will fit. Okay, so what's my next thing? I've got the Sharpie point. I got the tools necessary for that. Now, where's Doug? Laying here right in front of me. Right there. Facing the wrong direction. Okay. Okay, so to-do list. I have to get ready for Jasmine. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Doug, do you hear that? Killdeers. They're making the noise now. Are you ready to start working? Because if I untie you and you are in here sleeping, you're going to be in big trouble. Actually, I'm going to close the garage door. But he has to work. Killdeers are starting to make noise out there. So that could potentially mean we could have a visitor. So I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? Okay. Okay. So here's the choice, guys. I'm debating on doing this. Ending the stream here, getting ready for Jasmine, and then turn the stream back on when they get here. Well, get their permission first. You know, from her husband, if he doesn't mind being exploited on YouTube, or the copper cable. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it touches the roof. I already went through this with the hydro guys. You can't insulate it enough, guys. You need a 4-foot glass insulator to stop a lightning from jumping across. So, 4-foot glass to stop it. And that's still no guarantee that it's going to stop. It can still jump across. The whole point about a lightning rod is to give the lightning the fastest and the least resistance to ground, so that it takes that route, because lightning always goes to ground, and that's the whole idea. That's why you want a ground, a solid ground. The whole idea is for it to hit the rod and go to ground. If it's going to jump across to the roof, it jumps across to the roof. The roof gets a little bit, charged. That's just the way it works. Like I said, the hydro guy told me it takes like 4 foot of glass and insulating, and it's still no guarantee you're going to stop the lightning from jumping across. Because I thought that too about insulating it all. And he says you're not going to put a big enough insulator. Lightning jumps across everything. Millions of volts. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to end this stream, guys, and get everything ready. Get the ladder up on the roof. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, because you guys can still see what's going on the GoPro. Me walking around the yard. You're going to still see that. So it's like, you want to see what I'm doing, walking around all over the place? Go to the GoPro one, because right now it's pointed. I'm pretty sure it's pointed that whole area. It is. You're going to see me walking around. So that's the deal. Yes, okay. So I'm going to end the stream, get the ladders out, get the ladders on the roof. You're going to see me, all that kind of neat stuff, doing that. And then we'll ask Jasmine's husband if he doesn't mind being used on YouTube. And then we'll power it up. All right? That's the plan. So more likely, the next time you're going to see a separate stream is when after we get approval from Jasmine's husband. Until then, my stubbornness is going to get a barn fire and another Wi-Fi. What's stubbornness? Oh man! All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go because I can see this is going nowhere fast. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye, and watch me on the GoPro walking around.